What's going on, guys? This week I've been driving the 2020 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. This is a beautiful addition to the Alfa Romeo family and the sport SUV segment. Let's go check it out. So this Stelvio gets its name from the Stelvio Pass, which is a mountain pass in the East Alps that's bordering northern Italy and Switzerland. And you've probably seen this if you're a fan of the good Top Gear. They named the Stelvio Pass the best driving road in the world, and they've filmed plenty of segments out there. So even if you haven't heard it, you've definitely seen it. That's where this thing gets its name, and that tells you a lot about the car right there. All right, let's talk really quickly about the models and trim levels that you have here. So Alfa sells the Stelvio. You have the Giulia, which is their four-door sedan, and you have the 4C Spider, which is their super sporty coupe Spider manual steering, awesome vehicle. I have driven all of them, but this is the first one that I've gotten for a full week review. So thank you, Alfa, for lending it. And you can get the Stelvio in 7 different trim levels. You have the base trim, you have the sport trim, then you have a TI, the TI Lusso, the TI Sport, which is what we're rocking here, the TI Sport Carbon, which is all new for 2020, and the Quadrifoglio, which is their more performance-oriented vehicle, which we'll talk a little bit about later. But that's not what we're driving. We're driving the TI Sport. Now the base and the Sport can be offered in rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Any of the TIs and above are all-wheel drive vehicles. All right, and with that, let's take a look around the exterior of this vehicle. All right, so up front, obviously you have that staple Alfa Romeo grille. Very noticeable, very beautiful in my opinion. I've always liked Alfa Romeo's grille setup. You have that colorful Alfa Romeo badge, which again, I really like. With all the badges that are kind of just out there these days, this one really stands out. You get bi-xenon headlamps with adaptive forward lighting and signature LED daytime running lights. Now you get a few new exterior colors for 2019. You get an anodized blue metallic and a lunar white metallic. This is not that lunar white, this is alpha white. Around the side you can see a little bit of that SUV profile. This is definitely more of a sport back look than it is full SUV. It's got a great shape in my opinion. You don't get a lot of big bulky cladding. Everything is body color painted except for our side mirrors that are black painted to match some of the black cladding in the front and the black wheels. And one of the great things that I love about these mirrors, that if you've watched some of my other videos, something that I complain about a lot with a lot of vehicles, is that those side mirrors don't fold in automatically when you lock them, but these actually do automatically fold in when you lock the vehicle. A great feature for any vehicle. Definitely like it on this. Now those black wheels are 20-inch wheels. Again, I think they look really good and sporty and show off those Brembo brakes behind them. In front, you got 13-inch rotors with 4 piston calipers, and in back, you got 12.5-inch rotors with a single piston caliper. Moving along to the rear of the vehicle, you can see those large exhaust port outlets, dual exhaust there. Now the actual pipes are a little bit smaller inside those, but they still look really big and aggressive. You've got the nice designed tail lights. You've got the badging on the back, the Stelvio badge, the Q4 badge, showing that that is the 4-wheel drive, and that colorful Alfa Romeo badge. And of course, this is a power opening liftgate, which we'll get to in just a second. And this being an SUV, you might be interested in the ground clearance. The Stelvio has an 8.1-inch ground clearance. If you go for the Quadrifoglio, that's a 7.9-inch ground clearance. All right, so let's take a look at that rear cargo hatch. It is a power lifting cargo hatch. You do have a button down here, or you can pop it through the key fob with a double tap here. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of space back here. It's 18.5 cubic feet of cargo space with the rear seats up, and 56.5 total cargo volume with those seats folded down. And like I said, it's generous space, but if you're comparing it to something like a more traditional SUV, if you're wanting to pack this with a lot, 18.5 isn't really that much. To contrast that, I think the new Hyundai Palisade behind the third row gets 18 cubic feet, and the Acura RDX, which is similar in size to this, has 29.5 cubic feet of cargo space behind its second row. All right, and with that, let's move on to what's under the hood. Okay, so under the hood is an all-aluminum 2-liter turbocharged engine. This pushes 280 horsepower, 306 foot-pounds of torque, and is matched up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60 should come in about 5.4 seconds with this setup. All right, and you also do have the Quadrifoglio. That's also an all-aluminum engine, but it's a 2.9-liter twin turbocharged V6 engine. That thing pushes 505 horsepower, 443 foot-pounds of torque. And with that setup, you'd be looking at a 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. All right, and with that, let's move on to the interior, starting with the back seats. All right, so as far as it goes, the back seats are pretty nice, pretty comfortable. I do have plenty of leg room and a seating position that's similar to what I would sit. Headroom is a little bit tight, but with this panoramic sunroof, I do have a little bit more wiggle room over to the side. You do get nice amenities back here, like your own vents, and you get 2 USB ports back here. With that, let's move to where everybody really wants to see the front seats. All right, guys, now let's really touch on the interior here, starting with these red seats with the Alfa Romeo logo in them right here, perforated red stitching. Really cool look, really cool design for a sporty SUV. Along with the red leather, you have black leather along the door panels and the front dash here with red accent stitching. And you have this carbon fiber trimming that actually has some texture to it and feels really cool along the doors here and here along the console. So new for 2020 is a redesigned interior with a lot more tech. You get a fully new center console here. Of course, you get that Italian flag right below the leather shift knob with red accent stitching, and the park, reverse, drive, all that illuminates as you turn the car on. It's pretty cool looking. All the knobs here are premium materials, and the clicking of the rotary knobs are really nice. You get increased storage capacity for your console, which is nice for carrying around some camera gear. You also get a little pocket here for wirelessly charging your phone. You also get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integrations. And you get a new steering wheel design with improved materials here and improved bezel materials. You do get the start-stop button right here on the steering wheel. It is a pretty cool location, but not one that I'm used to. I found myself always looking on this side of the steering wheel or down into the console for a start button, but it's right here on the steering wheel. And you get these really big metal paddle shifters that feel great in the hands. And they don't move as you turn the steering wheel, but they are big enough that as you're turning, you can easily click them if needed. Right up front in the console is an 8.8-inch touchscreen display. So you can control this through the rotary dial down here in the console, or you can touch it. It is close enough to touch, but it is a little bit of a reach if you're set back pretty far. This touchscreen display gives you configurable interactive widgets that you can obviously configure to your liking. Behind the steering wheel is a 7-inch
display. And this has an all new design layout and comes with all new graphics for 2020. It includes an upgraded advanced driver assist system, which we'll check out when we get to driving this vehicle, and you get updated vehicle pages. You also get some new connectivity features, including a Wi-Fi hotspot, a mobile app with remote operations, an SOS call and roadside assist, a vehicle finder, a stolen vehicle locator assist, and you get over-the-air updates. All right, so let's talk about the drive modes. You do have the DNA drive modes in this vehicle, and if you caught my quick 0 to 60 quick look at this on the other channel, you would know that I had no idea at the beginning of the week exactly what that meant, although I did get pretty close on what those actually meant. So to start off, you're always in N mode, which is a natural mode or just your normal everyday driving mode. You can switch it up to D mode, that's dynamic mode, which is your more sports-centric mode to give you a lot more feel, noise, and acceleration. And then you have A, which stands for advanced efficiency, so that's your more fuel-efficient mode if you are just tolling around town and you want to save on fuel. Of course, for most of the week, I drove it in just the N mode. But when you want to have fun, you need to switch it up to that D mode. And that brings us back to a 0 to 60 run. So let's find an open, straight road and see if it's any different, any better than when we first took this thing out. All right, guys, so here goes the 0 to 60 test. We know what the dynamic mode is now. We're going to put it into dynamic mode. We'll put it into manual shift, and we'll take off and see what we get. Let's just do it. We're in dynamic mode, we're in manual shift mode, and let's go. $60. Yeah, it's a bunch of fun. Yeah, that was a lot better than my first 0 to 60 test. Felt a lot quicker. Have no idea what the time. I'll try to time it out through the video editing process, but definitely a lot of fun. And this thing, whenever you want it to, it can get up and go. Of course, it is that all-wheel drive that's pulling you, so you're not relying on just those rear wheels to push you, but nonetheless, it's quite a bit of fun. Of course, this is not the Quadrifoglio, which would be much, much faster, but it does pretty well for what it is, and I don't really have any gripes on the power in this thing. Efficiency-wise, you're looking at 22 miles per gallon city, 28 miles per gallon highway, with a combined of 24 miles to the gallon, and this thing does take premium fuel only, so those MPG numbers really mean something for daily driving. But through our week of driving this thing, reviewing it, pushing it hard, we've been averaging 22.3 miles to the gallon. We also have what Alfa dubs the Advanced Driving Assist System, and this is a level 2 autonomy driving. So you have features like a highway assist system, a traffic jam assist system, you get traffic sign recognition, you get lane keep assist and active blind spot monitoring, and of course a driver attention alert system. All of these put together can make a really easy highway drive, even if you're dealing with a lot of traffic. I actually used it throughout the week and it works really well. So here we are jumping on the highway really quick. Can set your system. You can pick your distance between the car in front of you. Tell it to pay attention to those lanes. All right, and that engages the full system. So you can see we're green. Got to keep your hands on the wheel. but it does a great job at keeping you in the lanes. It will automatically switch between the traffic jam. It will also alert you, but it'll switch between these systems for you. So as you come into traffic and it slows you down, it'll automatically put you in that traffic jam assist. You don't have a lot of hands-off time with this. It'll quickly tell you that you need to have your hands on the wheel, which is a great thing. You definitely need to keep alert with these systems. Level 2 autonomy, level 3 autonomy, it doesn't matter. You need to be alert while you're driving with these systems. I can definitely get more into some of the autonomous driving, but not in this review. All right, so let's talk about price and competition. Base price for the Alfa Romeo Stelvio is $41,345. The TI Sport all-wheel drive that we're driving here has a base price of $45,745, and with the few options that we have here, it's just over $59,000. Now, if you're looking for that quadrifolio, that base price is $80,000. So we can compare this to things like the BMW X4, the Volvo XC60, the Audi SQ5, or the Mercedes GLC. I think you can also compare this one to the Infiniti QX50 or the Acura RLX. Out of all of those, for everyday family driving, the QX50 is a really good bang for your buck. For sportiness, the Acura RLX is a really great vehicle. If you're wanting prestige in a brand, obviously you can look at that BMW, Mercedes, or Audi. And Alfa. This Alfa is actually a really good price. We got a ton of looks, a ton of thumbs up, a ton of people questioning about this car as I drove it for the week. Definitely people think it's a lot more rare or a lot more expensive than it actually is, which is a great thing. So for me personally, I really love this SUV. I like the Alfa brand. I like the interior in here. I like the tech that it has. I love the style that it has. It's a really quick vehicle. Obviously, that quadrifolio would be better, but $80,000 versus $50,000, that's not a hard choice there. This is definitely a vehicle suited to me, but it might not be suited to everyone. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, especially this Sport and not the quadrifolio. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for just a little bit longer if you want a little bit of updates about Texas Garage. Otherwise, you can cut out the video here. That's all for the Alfa Romeo. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, so really quick updates on TXGARAGE.com. Obviously, go there, check it out, subscribe to our newsletter if you're not already. Some of these updates will be in there as well. But we also joined Locals.com. So Locals is for like local communities or communities that are into kind of the same types of things. So you're having a local group of people enjoying the same types of thing. We started one of those. It's txgarage.locals.com. If you're interested in some behind the scenes stuff, some early look stuff, maybe getting to know more about Texas Garage in general, maybe some of the other authors in Texas Garage. We're gonna do a lot of cool stuff there, a lot more not necessarily pertaining to just cars, but maybe even just running the business of TX Garage. So again, if you're interested in all of that and you've got questions, leave the questions below, but go check out locals.com, txgarage.locals.com. Again, you'll have to subscribe with locals.com to be able to see our page and see if you guys are interested in kicking $1, $5, whatever it is our way. We really appreciate any time anybody donates actual money to us. So
consider that if you will, and check us out over there and let us know what kind of content that you'd like to see over there. With that, that's ending this video, ending this quick update. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, if you hit the thumbs up button on this video, thank you. If you're subscribed, thank you. But also go check out one of these playlists here at the end of the video. It helps out a lot to see, for YouTube, to see people clicking through to more videos like that. So thanks for watching this video, but please go check out the playlist that we have here as well. All right, I'm done.